Today I'm gonna build 8 secret bases in Lego, each one in a different place you wouldn't expect, to see which one will be the hardest to find. So anyway, let's go. Before me is a very exquisite looking, luxurious room. But what if I told you there's actually 4 secret entrances that lead to a completely different room behind it? I'll give you a second to guess. Okay, well, if you guess the painting on the wall, you're correct. Or if you guess this fireplace, this wardrobe, and this bookshelf, you're also correct. So behind this wall, we have a perfect place to build our first secret Lego base. And I'm gonna turn it into a secret vault to put rare, valuable items like money, gold, diamonds, Lego game money, and V-Bucks. We can even hide secret items in here, like secret weapons, the Krabby Patty formula, and Victoria's Secret. What? Nice. If I ever did an illegal building technique, I could hide here and the cops can't find me. Okay, for this next Lego base, I'm gonna build one in a tree, but not a Lego tree because I'm gonna put this base in an actual real tree. Okay, I attached this large platform, so now we have plenty of space. Now we're ready to build the actual base. So I made this small house with a bedroom, a dining room, a kitchen, and a small living room with a couch. That way someone can actually live here, including this ant, by the way. And for the outside, I made this wall using wooden planks, and I built a hay roof. Let's see how strong this building is. Nice. And because this treehouse is so high, we need a way to keep people from falling off and dying. So surrounding the platform, I added this large wooden fence. But to make this the ultimate treehouse, I also added a giant suspension bridge between 2 branches. I also added a giant swing so people can view the forest beneath. And finally, I used dental floss to build a giant zip line and this handlebar that a minifig can hold on to. Okay, that's our second base finished, and if I were a minifigure, I would actually want to live here. Oh yeah, this isn't my tree, by the way.
Hey, what are you doing in my yard?
For this next secret base, I'm gonna put it underground. No, like actually underneath the ground. So to build it, I'm gonna use this large base plate. Okay, we're ready to build the base, but this time I actually have help. So get to work, boys. So I built some sturdy walls with 4 separate rooms, and my plan is to turn this into a secret survival bunker you would use during an apocalypse. So for room number 1, I built a small storage unit with guns, bottles of water, medical supplies, and food. For room 2, I converted it into a bedroom with 2 bunk beds which can sleep 4 people, and this wardrobe to put clothes. For room 3, I built this indoor garden which will allow us to grow different fruits and vegetables to help us grow our own food and survive. And finally, for room 4, I built a small entertainment room with a couch, television, this small mini fridge full of soda, and I even built a complete computer setup with this gaming PC and chair. Wow, I actually like this base so much that I actually wouldn't mind if the world ended. That way I could live here. So now that this base is complete, we're ready to take it outside and put it underground. And to get in and out of the base, I even built this small hatch on top. Nice, you can't even see it. Okay, so we made a Lego base underground, but what about underwater? So, yep, that's what we're about to do next. So I bought this fish tank and filled it with water to simulate the ocean. And this will make the perfect place to put our base. But since this base will be surrounded by water, we need a way to keep it dry. So I bought this clear container, and my plan is to turn this into a small home that someone could live in. So I built a bed, a dining room with some freshly made pancakes, and I even added this small living room with a couch and TV. Okay, there's no more space to build, so now let's try putting it in the water. But because this build has air, it's gonna try floating to the top, and we don't want that, so to stick it to the bottom, I bought this special putty, which apparently should work underwater. Please work, please work. Yes. Yes. Nice, this looks like an expensive hotel that I'd spend my life savings to stay at. Okay, I was recently watching SpongeBob and I noticed this house which is literally under a rock. So that gives me the idea for this next base. So the first step is to build the giant rock that the base will go underneath. Okay, I built this giant rock out of bricks and this will make a good roof for the house. Okay, now we're ready to build the actual house. So underneath the rock, I added this bed, a dining room, a living room with a couch and TV, and this small kitchen. Nice, this guy is living under a rock. No, like actually. And because it's a rock, it should be the most secure base in the world. So let's test that theory. Here we go. Okay, never mind. Another good spot to put a secret base is in the middle of the Arctic surrounded by snow. But I'm in Florida and there's no snow here, so I went ahead and bought some fake snow off Amazon. And my plan is to build a top secret Arctic military base. So I built 3 rooms which we can fill with essential things that every soldier could need. So for this first room, I added beds so they can rest, and this small kitchen so they can cook and prepare food. In the second room, I turned it into a small hospital so the soldiers can revive themselves after battle. This guy needs knee surgery. And this third room is so top secret you need Face ID to get inside because it's a locker full of weapons, armor, and it's a place where the soldiers can plan their next attack. I think they're gonna go to war with Mega Bloks. And to cover and protect the base, I built this glass roof. That way we can still look inside. So now that our base is finished, we're ready to add it in the snow. And that way the soldiers can get in and out of the base. I built this small hatch which can open and lead to some stairs going down. My next plan is to build a secret base inside a cave. So I spent a couple hours building this large cliff, but as you can see, I left a giant cave in the middle, which will make the perfect spot to put our base. And because it's a cave, this will make a perfect place for Batman to live. So I added a locker where he can keep all his different suits. I also added a small gym so he can train to fight, his weapons, lots of money since he's a billionaire, his sidekick Robin, and his butler Alfred. Okay, our base is finished, but to make this feel even more like a cave, I bought this special machine off Amazon, which apparently is supposed to simulate a realistic waterfall. Yo, let's go. It actually works. Okay, I thought the waterfall was gonna cover the base, but you can still see through it. But it makes a great shield so people can't get in. And now, I have one final idea for a secret Lego base. This is my couch, but what's special about it is the cushion actually lifts, and underneath it's completely empty. So this will make a perfect place to put one. Okay, I added base plates inside, so now we're ready to build. And my plan is to build a giant indoor Lego theme park with different attractions. So the first thing I built is this Lego roller coaster which goes in an infinite loop. And because this ride is so extreme, I added some flames and this garbage can because after riding this, you're definitely gonna need it. And because this ride is so cool, the wait time for it is 1 hour. This next attraction is a Lego trampoline park. So I used these net pieces to build the actual trampolines, which are very bouncy, and I even added this foam pit. That way people can practice their flips and not break their neck. For this third attraction, I'm going to build a small indoor water park. So I built this pool so people can swim, and surrounding the pool, I added multiple slides and this small diving board. I also built this Lego rock climbing wall where 2 people can race each other to the top to see who's faster, and I even added these safety harnesses so they don't fall off and die. And for the final attraction, I built a small go-kart track which has lots of turns and goes in a loop. Wow, okay, this Lego base is finished, and not gonna lie, but this is probably the most random thing I've ever made. Comment your favorite base. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next one.
On my ops, switch up. Good cop, bad cop. Run it back like free play. Hit my dance like TikTok. Might have missed a step. Can't get the connection. I be running up the Lego studs. I be flexing.